Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, Darksiders Comics, and today we're gonna review Big Girls number 2 by Jason Howard from Image Comics. Well, let's dive into. So we see here Ember, who is one of the big girls, getting chased by these monsters called Jacks. And for those who haven't watched my video about Big Girls number 1, there's some kind of pandemic, quote unquote, going on in the city or in the world probably, and some men and some women, not all of them, are transformed by that. The women are getting transformed into big girls, just looking like themselves, but they're 300 foot tall. The men, however, are turned into these monstrous, supposedly mindless creatures called Jacks. And I love the design, by the way, from these Jacks. I mean, look at that. They are covered in well, let's say, sickness, infection, and they have that bulky things on their back. I wonder if something is in it, or probably not. But well, wouldn't be great if something is in it, crawling out. But hey, that's my fantasy going wild. So yeah, Jack's attacking the city, and Ember is getting saved by her colleagues, and her colleagues are Apex, is the big black woman here, and Devon with the sword. So they are attacking the Jacks, the remaining ones, and they are well, as you can see, they are dealing with them. But then something happens, and by the way, I love this shot. I mean, very visceral. I love the dynamic art, by the way. But Devon here is getting attacked by the third monster, and I don't like this sentence at all. Ember, shoot him. Get that man off her. Triggers me. I don't want to get into that. I mean, okay, moving on fast. So Ember is rescuing Devon from that monster, but you see here the face of Apex, because why? I'm going to show you. Well, maybe I shouldn't. I like to that you find out for yourself. But let's say Ember is hesitating, and it almost cost her teammates to die. And that is something that's going to be, well, not more mentioned or something, but I believe there's going to be a fallout between these two. But hey, that it's not in this issue, but that is what I think, because she's hesitating, she is giving her disapproval look. So there's something going on. Then we skip a little bit to the High Marshal James Tannick, and he oversees the removal of the monsters. And there's a damage control unit here going in, and normally they just cut the monsters to pieces, and they're getting removed, and the city is getting rebuilt. But this particular monster here is, according to Major Ford, is this guy. That he is falling on a weird tough spot, and it take a couple of days to remove the body. But James Tannick says, you know what, it takes too much time, our city is in danger, you need to burn it. But the major has some problems with that, and he said, you know what, you can do that, there are some people living here, I mean, the houses are not completely destroyed, we can rebuild it. And then the marshal says, the lion is the preserve. The big girls protect the preserve. That is the whole point. I will not risk our security trying to save everyone. So the marshal here is a hard ass. He's a bastard, but he's doing everything he can to save everyone in the city, the preserve. That's the city is called the preserve. So I'm intrigued where this is going, because let's say there are multiple storylines running through this book that I actually really like. For instance, and there's also some interesting things like this. So we see here Ember. Ember is getting tested, and the doctor wants to know what the well, not the fallout, but he wonders why the men are turning into the jacks and the women are, well, still women and not turn into monsters. And but Amber protests a little bit. She doesn't want to get examined, and she said, "Hey, I'm a girl. I'm fine." But the doctor says, "Really? What if you what if your contact with Jax triggers the change? What's the size threshold before the heat your body generates cooks you, or the weight of your skeleton begins to squish your organs?" That's something I really like. So there's some kind of science here. So it's not only, big girls against monsters and some plots between them. No, there's actually some kind of research going on. Maybe he wants to, study them or how do you say, reverse the changes in people. I'm not sure, but I liked a little bit of a science here. We see here, I like this shot. she's actually like it reminds me of the book Gulliver's Travel. When a big person stranded on a beach and the little people find him or her. I'm not. I believe it's a him. I'm not sure anymore. It's a very long time, and they are uh, binding her. But of course this is different. So you see here all the scientists, probing her, prepping her for examination. But also Amber, and I believe this is a little bit what comes from what happens before. Amber wants to know if the Jacks are really mindless monsters, because the doctor says, "Hey, you want to know if you're killing animals or people?" And she said, "Sure, I guess." So there is some things going on. We see here Apex lecturing a little bit. Well, yeah, she's actually lecturing her about, "Hey, we're going out tonight, and can you handle it by yourself?" And Amber doesn't want, don't don't like the tone, and she says, "Hey, knock it off, I can do my job." And then Apex said, "Well, okay, that's good. Remember, you're a soldier, and the Jacks are the enemy, and nothing else matters." So, like I said, there's believe some tension between those two, and I am really curious how that ends. And then we skip to another scene. This is the Smashlands. It says out the preserve, and then we see this person who also is called Gulliver, and this man here, man, this guy here is Marty Martinez. He is the father of a young boy that turned into a jack, and but the marshal and his team killed him because, well, he's turning into a jack. He's very dangerous to the preserve. So these two have a beef with the people into preserve. What her story is, I'm not entirely sure, but he is going along with them, and I'm going to skip a few pages. But let's say the Jacks are not all as mindless as people thought, and there's a story behind that. There's some still of small humanity, presumably in there, but they want to weaponize that. And at the last page, we see here, hey, they want to bring down the preserve. They want to kill the big girls, and we see here the skeleton of a big girl. I'd like to see that battle. I wish we'd seen that. But at the other hand, it's a great ending from book 2. And this book is still going strong, and I like what I'm seeing. I like the story. I like the universe that Jason Howard has created, and I want to know more. But there's some problem. There's one big problem that I have with this book. It's only 20 pages. It's 20 pages of art. So until this year, this is all 20 pages. The first book, Pickles number 1, is 28 pages. I don't think that's a good idea that have to pay $4 for 20 pages. That's a ripoff in my opinion. We have something in return, and that's a comments. God, sorry, a comment section. That's really nice. It's been a long time that I've seen that in a comic. Now I must be fair. I don't buy much DC comics, and I don't absolutely do not buy Marvel comics. So I'm not sure if they're still doing this whole thing. But it's nice to see that it's in there. What I also like is that Jason Howard, is doing some sketches and some line art work of the first cover, and we see here some making of, and issue 2 as well. I like that because I doodle a little bit myself, and I'm always intrigued how people, making things from nothing. What is their well, basis? I'm sorry, my English, the translation in my head is not always good. But I like to know what they are come up with and how they change things, because we see here, those are just, I believe, sketches that didn't work out because, well, we are, and this is the cover, of course. But I like that. So so those are the missing pieces. So this is probably 28. Yeah, well, let me see, 28, 22, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, so this is 28 pages, and this is the back of the cover, the back of the book. So basically 28 pages of content, but 20 pages of story. That's a little bit too steep for me. But overall, I cannot criticize this book too much. I think you could, pick this up a little bit cheaper, maybe $3. That's probably worth it. But yeah, that's it. That's the video of Big Girls 2. Hope you like it. Subscribe to my video, hit the bell for notifications, and I see you on the next video or review or stream. And follow me on Twitter, Darksiders Comics. Okay, guys and girls, bye. Till next time.